Welcome back to another question a day keeps a low ATAR away. We've got box plots. Should be hopefully a straightforward lesson today. Sometimes they used to call them box and whisker. Now they're called box plots. And essentially, box plots, they talk about lowest, it's essentially a visual representation of your five number summary. Okay. Which, if you've forgotten, it's your lowest score, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, highest score. Okay. Now, a box plot breaks things up into quarters. And so for this first question here, this is going to be a nice, simple, easy one. You probably don't have to do any math to figure this out. You just need to understand. So it says the times in minutes that a large group of students spend on exercise per day are presented in the box and whisker plot. What percentage of these students spend between 40 and 60 minutes per day on exercise? So you can see here for 40 and 60, you can see that we're talking about exactly one section. So what that really means is that is worth 1/4 of all your scores. So it's kind of saying from here to here is 25%. From here to here was 25. That was another 25. And the last little bit, there's another 25. So you can see that the section that we've highlighted is just 25%. Boom, 25%. Okay, now I think the next question is probably a little bit more interesting. It'll talk more about your understanding and it'll kind of try to draw that out of you. So it says here, Terry and Kim each sat 20 class tests. Terry's results on the test are displayed in the box and whisker plot shown in part 1. You can see that there. It says Kim's 5-number summary for the test is 67, 69, 71, 73, 75. First question is draw a box and whisker plot to display Kim's results below that of Terry's. So all you do is you look at the numbers, 67, there's a line there. And of course, you should be probably using a ruler here. Your next one is 69. Your next one is 71. Your next one is 73. And then the next one after that is 75. And the way that you draw a box and whisker plot is your end pieces are just going to be, I guess, kind of straight lines. But then your middle section, that becomes your box. Okay. So your box should look something like this. Right under Terry's, that would be an acceptable answer there. Now, that was part 1. That's worth 1 mark. Now it says, what percentage of Terry's results were below 69? And so again, similar to that question above, this is talking about Terry, and we're talking about this section here and that section there. Okay, that is below 69, if you can see. And so you would say here that there's 2 sections. So that's actually worth 50%, because remember, each section is worth 25%. Okay. So you can see there that yellow part there is worth a total of 50%. Now, this is where some data questions may lead you towards. It's less about the math, and it says here, Terry claims that his results were better than Kim's. Is he correct? Now it says, justify your answer by referring to the summary statistics and the skewness of the distributions. Okay, so a couple keywords here, justify, which means we have to explain. Is he correct? We also have to address. And we also need to refer to the summary statistics, and we also need to refer to the skewness of the distribution. So looking at that, there's 4 things that we're talking about. That's probably most likely where your 4 marks are going to come from. Okay, now, of course, you can't say, yes, he's correct, or no, he's correct, and expect some marks. You have to be able to back that up. Okay, so we're saying here that Terry's results were better than Kim's. Now, we can see here that Terry does get the higher result. And if you just don't understand the graph, it does look like Terry's done better. However, based on your part 2, we know that 50% of Terry's marks were below 69, whereas 75% of Kim's marks were above 69. So in that case, what we would say here is we would say, and we can just talk about a couple of things here. We would say, no, he is wrong. And we need to justify it now. So I'll say, 75% of Kim's results were better than 50% of his at the 69 score mark. Okay, now what we also want to talk about is summary statistics. Who's got the higher median? Kim has the higher median. Okay. Another thing to note about is it talks about, we haven't talked about the skewness. Okay. So if we talk about the skewness, it's talking about if it's positively or negatively skewed. What would say for this one is Kim's looks is normally distributed. And Terry's, and if you look at the kind of the bunch of the data would be closer to the bottom half. And so we would say that is positively skewed. I apologize for the disgusting writing. But mentioning these things here should be more than enough to give you your 4 marks here. Okay, I hope that helps, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.